Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Schmoedown 9 in Canada. Now, don't freak out. This is not a repeat. We have most of the original crew back on Schmoedown 9 in Canada. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood soda, joined by Taco, who's here every week, joined by Dave, who got married a couple weeks ago, and joined by Daniel, who is the happiest motherfucker going right now. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fucking good, and I want to say right now, I am the taco of justice.
Alrighty then.
I am the guy who's not going to steal Daniel's joke. And you, what do you mean this is a repeat? This is the first time we've ever done this show. We've never fucked up.
Yeah, not only is this a throwback panel, this is a reboot episode.
Yeah, something happened, and somehow we started the show without realizing we never went live.
Went 47 minutes. It was crazy. Me and Taco got in a huge fight, unreconcilable differences.
We weren't going to talk about it. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Can somebody please tell me what I want to hear so I can take this blindfold off?
Justice is served.
Yes! Oh, my God.
What a match we had today. Woo. Holy crow.
Woo.
You know, Daniel, as our resident corruption shill, even though, yes, we know Dave was the first one on board, it's more Dan's shtick now. I'll let you introduce the match.
Yeah, and I also like the way you introduced us, because you said Dave just got married, and then you called me the happiest man alive, which I believe is accurate, because...
Is there a reason we don't see our names? I want everyone to know I'm Taco.
Because it was blocked. I can fix that, though.
All right. Thomas Harper hates me, so I want him to know which one is me.
Oh, yes, yes.
I didn't even know I was trash talking the guy, and he fired back at me.
So, Ethan Irwin and Marisol McKee, this was a match I was highly anticipating, not only for the standings purposes, but also because I was super excited to see a match played that didn't have Dan Murrell in it, for one, but also just...
Singles match that doesn't have Dan Murrell?
He was still there.
He was still there. And actually, his speech was great. And I love every time we get to add a new person into the Champions Club, and when it also happens to be a member of Corruption, I am even more ecstatic.
All right, okay. Some of us like Marisol not because of what faction she's on. We just love her, okay? So we're not all Corruption shills here.
You know what, Taco? This is the bottom of this panel. These are the people on the right side of history here, okay?
Keep talking trash. You're not even going to be on
Name a moment Marisol McKee was not on Corruption. You've always loved her on Corruption.
She was drafted by the Den earlier in the year.
No, she was signed by the Den.
She was signed by the Den. She was a member of the Den for 7.3 seconds.
Still counts.
And also... you don't have to be a shill for the faction to love the player, all right? It's like
now, to be fair,
love the sinner, all right?
Nobody on this panel, be two-time faction champions.
Nobody on this panel can say that more than me, who got laughed off the stream months ago when I said I declared here, and I said, guys, Marisol is the best player on Corruption. Right, and everyone's like, Dave, you're crazy. Get off the stream. We hate you.
Dave, let me just say it. You were correct. Marisol's amazing. Mm-hmm. Pat yourself on the back and shut the fuck up about it.
You sound like my wife.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what? The wife's always right. So
happy wife, happy life. So what did you guys think going into the match? Like, obviously, there was a lot of anticipation for it, because if Ethan won, he would only be the, fifth person to ever defend the belt. And then if Marisol won, she would have been the first female singles champion. So what were your thoughts going into the match?
I never go against my head. I don't. I always tell you guys two answers. I always say what my heart thinks and what my head thinks. This is the one time I didn't. I wanted Marisol. I felt it. I'm like, Marisol's going to do it. I thought in my brain, She can take it. I don't know if she can hold it, but she can take it. If we've seen other people beat Dan Murrell, who's the greatest. We've seen like really good players beat the best player before. And I think Ethan's like second best player in the league, at least in my eyes. I think that somebody can beat him. That doesn't mean that they can hold it. Mm-hmm. And I just had the feeling today. I said it on our chat. Marisol's going to win. That's what I thought.
What about you, Dave?
You know what?
Yeah, what does Dave think going into this match?
Yeah, we'll say Dave last. You suck up.
I took screenshots.
Yeah,
I have them ready.
I'm a big enough man to say, even after everything I just said, and I have been documented saying about how much I love Marisol McKee, I said I would love nothing less than Marisol to win, but I think because it's her first title match, not to mention her first time playing live, and her first 5-rounder, and her first time in front of her crowd, I was like, that's all a lot of points going against her. And you know what? I'm a big dummy. Should have listened to the smartest guy in Schmoes of the North, Dave Lees, because he's always right.
But you know what? That was going that way in the first round, and then all of a sudden, boom, something major happened.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to the round, Soda. That's all
right, Corruption Dan. What about you? What were your thoughts going into the match?
I mean, I obviously had Marisol going in, and I do like this point that Marisol didn't have to answer her 5 because.
All right, who's the cult? Because I love this guy already.
Because I really got so close to like thinking this match. Like I thought this match was gonna end in her favor. It ended up being a lot closer to like anyone's match. I thought this match was going to be down to the wire in the complete opposite direction. You know, I thought they were each going to score all points in round 1 and 2, and then go into like the speed round was kind of going to decide it, even though I predicted that the betting round would. And
who do you know?
Yeah, how?
I have no idea.
Did you have the mole at the Skull and Villain?
No.
Wasn't Ryan Payne there, or was that the last?
I didn't know one bit. I don't even talk to anyone in the Schmoedown. I was just like,
just so everyone knows,
I just have this feeling.
Just so everyone knows, this son of a bitch predicted in our chat before the match that what was it?
I was like, not only will Marisol's speed round be fine because she's training with the best speed round player the Schmoedown has, which is Chance Ellison, but I said I have this feeling that Ethan is actually going to miss the betting round question, and that's going to decide the match.
You said round 3. You said she's going to conquer round 3 and flip the match. And that's exactly. All right, we'll get to it. Stop. Spoilers.
And for me, like I predicted Marisol, like almost everybody else here, but it wasn't until Jen started interviewing the people in the crowd where I started sensing there was a wind of change coming. It was like, okay, Marisol's gonna win this. I just sensed it, and lo and behold, she did, and I couldn't be happier. Partially because she did her promo at the Quick Stop. Which was like, yes. Very appropriate.
Can we get into what we have to talk about before the match, which is the 40 minutes of pre-match?
No kidding. The pre-match was longer than the match.
Dave's like, all right, I got to wait a while. I'm going to be late. And then he's like, all right, guys, I'm here. And we're like, just start live. Like, you have plenty of time.
Now, for posterity, I did go back and I've now seen the pre-match, which I was very excited for because I was upset to see that, like, you know, Lon's gonna have to delay playing Dan, but I was excited to see Collins playing Dan coming up
in an exhibition match of all things.
Exhibition, not exhibition. Exhibition.
Tomato.
We say it differently in Canada.
One has eggs. It's like
exhibition is a great name for a breakfast restaurant, though. If anyone wants to open one,
you're the guy who calls the Pokemon Executor Executor. That's what you call him.
Well, it is Executor because it's an executor.
Welcome to Pokemon.
Executor is cuter.
Pokemon expert.
I am currently playing a Nuzlocke, and I don't need you to tell me what the fuck Pokemon is. All right.
This is an amazing match to get into, but just before we do, so what do you guys think about the exhibition?
Yeah, thank you. You know, Jay Wade's got my back. I don't care if I never have Jay Wade's back. He's got mine.
So, what do you guys think about the Collins versus Dan exhibition match coming up? Because to me, that screams one of them loses in the second round of the tournament, because I'm pretty sure the third round would have been them playing each other if I'm thinking about the bracket right.
I don't have that. I don't have a 64-person bracket memorized, Dave. But I'm glad you just asked us a question like that randomly. I don't know.
If I was
I think they face each other in the finals.
Periodic table.
Oh,
maybe I'd have.
I believe they're on opposite ends of the bracket. I believe this bracket has it has Collins facing Brendan Meyer, and it has what was the other match out there? But like Dan plays lawn on the other side.
I didn't even know Dan was playing lawn, so the entire opening I was like, what are we talking about? What are we doing? And then Collins is like, listen here. I'm like, I'm excited, but I don't know what's going
Barbarian versus who's Barbarian's opponent? I believe he's on Collins' side of the bracket.
He just played freaking Alonzo Duralde.
Right.
Yeah, so
Spoiler
he's going up
for that match. Sorry.
But yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
I tell everyone I had
a match.
I had a shot before I came on, so fun.
And you know what? I hope this is a
shot.
Because one of the things I liked about the Schmoedown was just the random matches back in the day. I hope we get that again.
And that's what we're gonna get next year. I don't know why my voice went up like that. That's what we're gonna get. Is losing the all of the fact that everything's going to be factions, and then it's going to be factions are going to be there, but everyone's going to still be outside of factions too. Yeah. It's going to be like the old days. Is there are going to be factions, but they're going to be a set factions opposed to kind of rotating like they used to do. But there's still going to be matches like this guy called out this guy, let's do it, like it back in the day.
Which I miss. I'm looking.
And that's what Harloff misses, and that's what we're going to bring back. And I completely agree with the crazy guy.
And less matches, which means we won't have headaches anymore. Oy.
I never complained. I love how much Schmoedown we're getting. I'm an addict, and I'm doing this.
You know what? I would now like to apologize. I understand why I was confused. It would have been Kalinowski versus Merle in the third round. I just had the wrong corruption player. I apologize.
Yeah. Versus Merle, that would have been fun.
Doesn't Kalinowski have a really good player to get through?
He's got Paul Walter Hauser, so yeah. But anyway, the Collins Dan match, I'm excited for that exhibition, and I'm even more excited for it to be potentially a preview of what. And Daniel's also wrong, by the way. They're on the same half of the bracket. They would meet in the semis, but
okay. I think Paige making it through the tournament's pretty bold. So good job, Ben.
I'm holding you to that, Ben.
But I'm excited to see what
as long as she takes out Bateman, I'm happy.
So is Jay.
Me too.
If your name's only one letter, come on.
Look, we can give the suspects a few points. We can't give the dungeon that many.
No, because after this match, corruption.
Chill.
After this match, corruption joins the first place club.
Yep, and I actually have the standings saved right now, so we can actually.
Cool, and we'll get to that after this match. Oh, never mind.
Well, okay, screw it. Let's just get right into the match.
Should I round one us?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, round one. First question.
Ding,
ding, ding.
It was like, what was the subtitle of the first Fear Street? Who knew this? I did. I love this franchise.
Oh, actually, before even round one, how great was it having Ken calling a live event?
Oh, yes. Fake. I've been an atheist my whole life, but I might believe in God because Ken called a freaking match.
Yeah, I love Ken on the desk. Him and Harloff have a great dynamic.
Yeah, we had Ken calling a live match. Earlier this week, we had Guy Harloff in a match, which is a new combination. Like, it's actually been a very different week for even the announcers.
Yeah.
sorry,
the only
go ahead.
thing that could make me happier than Ken coming back to call a match would be if tomorrow I woke up to the tweet that said the Wildberries have been reunited and they're playing for the belt.
Don't say stupid shit like that.
Actually, I'm going to throw this out there,
Oh
Dave.
my
They did reunite, I believe it was today, on the Good People Association channel for an episode of the Positivity Report.
I haven't watched it yet. I know. I
haven't watched any of that.
So
As soon
emotional.
as I saw the thumbnail, I thought of you, Dave.
Well, neither of them in the league. Like they could just do FCL if they wanted to, right?
No, Makuga's retired. He lost that match to Dewberry, but he also just had a kid, so he's doing that. Dewberry, I think, is still technically
Dewberry played earlier this year, didn't he? He played against
Video Drew.
You know how
Video
much
Drew
of this year happened? Like,
a lot.
Taco, that's why me and Daniel are here. You idiots
This year
just have
has
to show
lasted
up
a
and look
decade.
pretty.
All right,
Me and
I'm going to
Daniel,
just.
we got no shit.
All right, cool. See you later, Dave. Yeah, he's not the only one who has that power now.
Except Dave can bring himself back.
He's gonna kick me now. Yeah.
All right, so
No, I'm
round
not.
Oh,
one.
okay. All right.
Round one.
Round
You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. So am I the only one who liked the Fear? I'm a big horror movie guy, so I love the Fear Street
I
franchise.
haven't seen them yet. I've been wanting to see them.
They're really good. They're based off of kind of Stephen King-esque, but their whole thing is really trying to grab the spirit of the movie that they're currently taking place in. So the first one's 94, so it's very Scream. The second one is 78 or something, 70-something. No, it's very Friday the 13th. It's summer camp.
So okay.
And then the last one's 1666, so it's kind of just like Crucible or The Witch type stuff. But anyways, they're really great. They're really good. They're fun. They're not amazing. I'm not writing
in this house. I'm the one in this house who hides behind the pillow during horror movies, so I have not seen those.
And still, we're stuck with you and not your wife. I don't know why.
Yeah.
She's at work.
And kind of, and I don't get too scared in horror movies, but they've never been like my type of movie. So I've
is
seen
that
a
why we
couple
don't
of
have
the
a
big
horror
ones.
show?
So that
whenever we want a horror,
this sounds like it's right up my alley because I love the slasher genre.
Thank you.
The only time I even show any like reaction per se when I'm watching a horror movie is if I'm with a crowd and like when they jump, I jump sort of thing. At home, not really.
All right. So, anyways, question one.
Yeah, I like psychological horror rather than slasher horror. So I actually did terrible in this match because there was a couple of different horror questions. And
oh my god,
like,
this may be my worst match. Because I always play along, and I'm glad I don't record.
I did really good.
This was maybe my worst round one ever. I think I got two.
I'd say that as well too.
I think this is my worst round 5, but I did really good round 1. Okay, so let's get into it. And I feel like I have to defend slashers really quick. I'm really into practical gore. And that's it. Practical effects, making somebody's throat open up like a pet dispenser and make it look real is what I'm now down for. All right? Watch freaking Kevin Bacon get the arrow through the neck, and there's a dude underneath Kevin Bacon, like literally hugging him, with blood in his mouth that he has to blow through a straw that's taped to Kevin Bacon's neck to come out. That's what's up.
The pump didn't work.
Yeah, the pump didn't work. That's what's up.
I've actually much enjoyed making of horror movie documentaries a lot more than I've enjoyed horror.
That's why I love freaking. Thank you, Ben. As usual, Ben he's my favorite. I want Ben to know that if I ever go to Spectacular or anything, I'm sleeping on his couch.
You and me both, apparently.
Yeah, either that or Ryan's. But
San Diego.
I'm okay with that. I'll drive. It's better. It's closer than North Dakota. You guys want to hear about what happened in question 1?
I don't know. Something about Fear Street?
All right. So
something about Fear Street.
Yeah.
It was what's the subtitle to the first Fear Street? And it is 94. Marisol said 78, which I don't even think is the right. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. One of us might be getting it wrong. She said the second one.
Yeah.
So she said the 71. So it starts the most present and goes back into time. And my wife said, sitting next to me, who's like the casual fan, she doesn't watch everything. She enjoys it. She goes, and I was like, yeah, like it's a bad look. Like first question's a bad look. It just is. And you saw the confidence, and we'll talk about the confidence because the confidence will come up again. But I do feel it flushed away, at least temporarily after question one.
Very noticeable. Very noticeable.
Yeah, very. And because the way she answered the second one, even though she got it right, she was like she already was in her head. And so they both got question two. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, since we decided to take a little break in between the match and starting this, I was able to listen to her on the rundown before this. And she was talking about how much her dad taught her like a lot of meditation techniques. So even though that's why she might have come off a little bit more less confident, because she was doing a lot of like the breathing techniques and stuff that she had learned to get back into the zone.
Good. Okay. That sounds awesome. No, and I completely agree. And not spoilers for the rest of the match, but clearly she gets her confidence back
100%.
As soon as round one is done.
Yeah.
But the first three questions, especially question 3 that she also misses, I told my wife after the match, I didn't spend a lot of time after the match I had to run. Story all these guys know. I didn't really watch too much of the pre-show. So Paul Oyama didn't challenge them and play in the pre-show?
No. Paul Oyama was not around.
Okay, cool. I'm just there's a second match I didn't know about. So I thought I contributed question 3's miss to that, but I might have been wrong. I thought that she was in her head and she missed.
No,
question 3 because of it.
She also talked about that on the rundown. She said that was one of those things that just like on the day she's like, yeah, I know that, but that day I couldn't have pulled that. I could have been there for 1,000 years. I would never have
happens.
That.
That's why I know I can't play singles, because there's an actor who I can talk about 6 days out of the week who I love. And then somebody's like, hey, did you see that movie? And I'm like, yeah, that's dude who I talked about yesterday's in it. Like, I lose that recall.
Do you have question 3 written down by chance?
I have the question and the wrong question.
It's Aaron.
I have the answer and the wrong answer written down.
It's Aaron Taylor Johnson portrays the life of a rock star, and it was
the correct answer was John Lennon, and she said Bob Dylan.
Great fucking movie. If you guys haven't seen it, it's just an independent movie basically on John Lennon's upbringing, and it ends when they head to Hanover with the Beatles.
Is this the one that the dude from frickin' Shameless plays one of them?
It has
or is that a different one?
Brody Sangster plays Paul McCartney.
I don't know who Brody Sangster is. I called him the guy from Shameless.
He was the right guy. No, there's nobody from Shameless in there that I'm aware of.
All right, well, that's a different Beatles origin movie.
It's really good.
All right. Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, sure. I'm glad. Maybe my hair got shorter when that flew over my head so close. Okay.
Movie, man. It's a great movie.
All right. Well, we were talking about the Wildberries earlier, which comes up because we had a cameo by Ethan doing a Dewberry.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got perfect and then got his bonus. Mm-hmm. He pulled the Dewberry. It was 9-6 going into round 2.
So what are your guys' thoughts going into round 2?
That was the moment my wife turned to me, Justine, who you guys have all seen on the show, turned to me and said, twice.
I've never met her. I think it's on purpose, but I've never met her.
Have you ever seen Taco and my wife in the same place at the same time? No, you haven't. Me and Taco have been married this whole time. No one's known.
We fuck a lot.
I knew I should have gone for those prima nocta rights.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on.
You gotta stop.
That joke is not okay. That joke is not okay. It's a bad joke.
Anyway,
I was talking about you two, not your wife.
Okay,
that was the moment.
If the King of England outlaws it, it's an issue. It's a bad thing.
Anyway, that was the moment.
Never mind.
that is the moment that Justine turned to me and said, I really hope that Ethan gets opponent's choice. And I said, Justine, we can see the wheel. She doesn't have opponent's choice on the wheel. Because she was obviously pulling for Marisol like I was this whole match. And I think it's also from last year taught us always expect sudden death in championship matches.
Yeah.
And when Marisol didn't go there, we're like, this is going to be a knockdown drag out the rest of the way, which is something. And I know I'm kind of going off base here, but that is something I've noticed about this season of Schmoedown. It's been a lot less, even though we have had a couple like of the 51-50 games and perfect games, a lot more of like teams and singles matches, and even even Star Wars, like Harper versus Dame Alanta and stuff. It's been a lot more like give and take, push and pull, like for all my Survivor fans out there, like two battering rams going at each other.
Well, it was war.
They're
going to war.
And it's all PJ. It's all like the questions have been so like the beginning of the year, Dave. I completely agree with you. Beginning of the year, I feel like we're getting round one softballs, and then out of nowhere, they're like, you know what? Curve, breaker ball. It's a baseball joke for you Canadians.
Hey, I know
we also have baseball.
We have like three teams. We have like three teams. Or two. You got the Toronto Blue Jays and somebody else.
We had two.
The Expo. No. yeah, we don't have the Expos anymore.
I didn't even know that.
I don't
know shit about baseball.
20 years ago.
I'm an NFL fan, which is why I don't wear a jersey because I'm a Vikings fan, and I will not.
Anyway,
I'm a fan of the No Fun League.
I don't watch either of those sports because they take 5 hours to watch 30 minutes of goddamn game.
Dave, though, I was completely agreeing with you. Is at the beginning of the year, it felt like they were easy, and then it literally look at the Damon Demolanta, then Damon Demolanta. It was 51-50, and then it was bloody because all leagues ramped up, and I'm glad we're getting that. I'm glad there's blood on the field. Like, I think it's better. I like it.
No, I honestly, and that's something that I have always loved, where it's not that the players aren't as good as they were last season, because in every respect, they're better than the players are better than they've ever been, but it feels more like classic Schmoedown. And that's what I love, where you're not guaranteed to get, all right, you're going to get 9 points round 1, 8 points round 2. Someone's going to miss their 5. You might as well just skip to round 3 because that's where the match actually happens. Like, this is real Schmoedown, and I have found myself more invigorated by the matches, like more so than I have been maybe since like the Shire Wolves were playing.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah, and what helps to that is we're seeing a lot of the new competitors going for the belts. Like we had Harper win the Star Wars title this year. We have Marisol winning tonight. It's just nice to see the new breed taking their place.
Yeah, and look at the rookies coming in. Look at Finstock Exchange. Look at Griffey Nooms, King Khan, even Jacoby, who I don't want to talk about his match this week, but like. They're all amazing players, and they're all rookies.
Yeah, this is really, and I don't mean to keep jumping in. I've been gone. I've been not talking about the Schmoedown for a while, guys.
It. I'm not going to be blamed for a long episode. I'm happy with it.
But like the Schmoedown right now is, we're getting introduced to all these new people, but at the same time, people like Marisol are still able to go up against people like Ethan, who are people from 3 seasons ago who have just been dominant ever since and have knocked down, drag out matches.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's a testament to Ethan. Like he came in when it was like the end of the Sam Harloff era to like he's coming in. He came into the Oyama, the freaking, and then last year, which was nothing but powerhouses. He had to go hey, I'm amazing right now. Wait, now I'm amazing again. Like, he had to evolve, and no one thought he would. No one thought Ethan was going to be the study guy. And guess what? He's number 2 in my opinion.
Yeah,
he is.
He's
Like,
more
he's
dangerous now than he's
amazing.
ever been.
Yeah.
He's amazing right now.
Well, what I would say is I would actually separate it into kind of 3 eras at this point.
It's like
even
5.
post and well, yes, but I'm saying since Ethan has been here.
Okay.
And Ethan started in the what I would call the knowledge era, where you came in with knowledge and you won matches based on what you knew. And Ethan knew a shit ton, which is why he was champion in his first season.
Yeah.
And then his second season was the start of the study era, though. And Ethan was not dominant in the study era.
He was good. He was good.
Yeah.
He wasn't dominant, but he's never really had a slump.
Yeah. And then I would add these 2, like most of last season and all of this season is really the like team era, because the pressure everybody put on themselves to not disappoint their teammates and not disappoint their faction is what has led to a lot of those matches being almost required to have curveball questions in them, because everybody was getting enough time with the categories that they'd have their team on game day ready to go, and as soon as they have categories, they're running drills on any possible things they don't know, and it's just like, okay, that's a way to do it, but
I think about it very similarly, but I think the eras are a little bit different, where I think you have the Riley era, that it's just those guys who just know shit and are there to have a good time, and then you get into the team action era, which is like where studying is talked about, but it's like gross. You're studying oh my god.
When Sam lost because of animation, and then he said after he won a match on animation, he goes, by the way, I watched like 30 animations in one weekend, and it was like, wait, they're like studying now? Like that clicked. Everyone goes, what? And that changed the fucking league.
Yeah. And what I think you're right, but I don't actually think the change comes there. I think the change
started there. It started there.
It definitely started there, but I think the change actually comes when Smets enters the league.
Yes.
And it's just like, holy shit, this is a guy. And he
took what Bateman did, and he just made a totally different beast out of it.
Yeah.
I could say like slightly before that, but it is like in that interval is kind of what the study era was, because it starts off with, like, I wouldn't consider Sam, it's kind of like I don't consider the Sex Pistols punk, but because they birth punk music.
I get you, Daniel. I get you. That's millennial talk. I get it.
The genre, no, it's literal history talk.
They're not even close to my favorite punk band, but are you fucking kidding me?
They're the godfathers of punk. Like,
but they're like boy bands of punk, but still they're fucking Sid Vicious.
Again, it's a technicality based on.
We have a round 2 to get to. Let me know when you're done.
Like as I was saying, like they're what like punk is inspired by. That's the
Clash.
Like,
the Clash is what punk is inspired by. Fucking Sex Pistols perfected it, and Dead Kennedys took it to the next level. Fucking Christ.
You young folks in your hippie music.
Oh my god, I want to hit him. Soon he's gonna tell me that Green Day is punk, and I'm gonna have to beat him up.
No. Green Day is pop punk. It's a completely different genre.
And I love Green Day, but come on.
What Green Day Dookie's a masterpiece. Is like
and American
like
Idiot.
them watching 30 animated movies isn't like what I would consider the study era, because all of them were watching movies in their weaknesses. Like it wasn't cue cards and shit until we get to Chance Ellison and Paul Oyama and Kevin Smets and all of that.
You can't play your own comment, Dave. Like, it's a bad look. Oh, fuck you. It's a bad look.
But
can we get to round
2? So, but round 2.
Can we? I got a good way. I got a good way to get us into it.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a segue. No, because it's exactly what we were talking about, right? We're talking about changing of eras, right? And Ethan, who was very much who we were just talking about before we got into era talk, but he, old guard, learned how to study. Holy shit. This is when shit changed. So it's literally like it's kind of going with what we were talking about. Is Ethan was in charge of the match, and I'm glad that we kind of did a quick little study on when he went from good last era to amazing this era, which I think that he's tied for like he's amazing this era. And it was round 2. So first off, we got James Stewart, and there's nothing to talk about because she went fucking perfect.
Because it was, I believe, one of her categories.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's been a strength of hers. And I remember thinking to myself for a moment, oh, you know what? Against Ethan, you should probably spin away from this because he'll definitely know this. But then I thought, who am I talking? This is Marisol. No, she's
but
got
if you brain fart
here.
But if you brain fart, he's got one. That's it.
It's
if it's your strength and his strength, it's scary because anyone can blame brain fart.
Yeah.
But anyways, did he? I'm gonna make a comment that no one's gonna get besides me, and it's a Reservoir Dogs joke. So, Mr. Blonde is in the middle of the big fight with like Mr. White and Mr. Pink, and then it ends. And then after that, they're like, oh, that was really exciting. Like, they just, like, are ready to kill each other, and they stop. And Mr. Blonde looks at Mr. White and goes, I bet you're a big Lee Marvin fan. And Mr. White just starts laughing and goes, yeah, so am I. Me too. It's like a very Quentin Tarantino joke because he's a big Western fan. And her third question was Lee Marvin was the right answer.
Who played Liberty Valance in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, which is my favorite Western.
All right, Good, Bad, and Ugly's my favorite, but it's still good. But yeah, when she goes Lee Marvin, I was like, I bet you're a big Lee Marvin fan. And my wife looked at me like, what are you doing?
A little too obscure for your wife.
Yeah. If she doesn't get Tarantino jokes, she should move the fuck out. You know what?
Ooh. Damn. I've looked into it. Divorce is a lot of paperwork.
You divorce already?
Just in case.
You just got married, man. What the fuck? No. I have really big health insurance, and I don't want to leave my child in the rut, so I'm gonna fake my own death.
So, one of my all-time favorite jokes: Bobby the Brain Heenan was on one of his shows like 30 years ago.
Wrestling right now. Yeah.
He asked a guy in the audience, "How long you been married?" And the guy says, 21 years. So Bobby the Brain Heenan says to him, "It's like, if you killed your wife on your wedding night, you'd be out of jail by now."
Oh, that's fucking good.
So Ethan spins Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which
by
the way, fistful of dollars is all 3 of the No Name trilogy. So who knew this before? I went perfect on this fucking round.
I did. I did too. Yeah, and this would have even been a strength of Ethan's before he entered IG. Like, if you guys remember back to when he first came in, I believe like his first entrance music was just the Teenage Mutant Ninja soundtrack.
TMNT power, TURTLT power. Yeah.
And like he was, correct me if I'm wrong, he was a producer on the Michael Bay ones, right?
Possibly.
I'll look that up right now, actually.
Yeah. So do you get to that?
Me if I'm wrong. He spun away from Wizarding World first.
Yes.
Right? And secondly,
which after the Robert Parker match, I don't blame him.
Again, I was about to say, like,
I thought it. Dave said
kind of just a small dig as well. Speaking of being an Intergeekdom competitor, has Ethan answered a Wizarding World question?
So those
You know
are the
what?
movies that he's credited as producer on.
All right.
So he was
I've
producing
definitely
the Nice
seen
Guys.
him spin away with vigor from that a few
I thought he did all the
times.
Matrix movies too.
He might have been working for the studio at the time.
Yeah, because whenever they do a Matrix
All right.
joke, they're like, "Well, you know." All right, can I say one thing?
Because he was writing on it. I don't know.
No, only the.
No.
Oh, all right. I want to talk about question dos, I believe. Sometime
The fact that it was two Secret of the Ooze questions back to back.
Okay.
Bro?
Yes, correct. But the second one was a reverse of a question we got also this week.
Really?
We got which in wrestling. I can't tell you which match. I want to say maybe Barbarian, but yes, Barbarian got wrestlers in film, right? And he got which wrestler played Super Shredder, and then we got which character did Kevin Nash play? We got the reverse in the same week.
Nice.
Am I the only one who watches this fucking show, guys? Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
kind of.
Lack of time.
You don't watch this show, Soda Taco. Watch this show.
I do now because I'm on it all.
No,
All right,
I'm busy keeping the channel afloat with my other shows.
Okay. Everyone will say you have to agree. Let's talk about Star Wars. It's kind of saved this channel. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys.
You're not wrong.
I know, but it's still a joke. You went and got married. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
Daniel sleeps all the time. Me and Soda kill it. We're we're amazing together.
And let's not forget Ben too as well. Ben
Also,
are we at
all right,
the last
this
question
is behind
in
the
this
scenes stuff.
fucking
Let's
round?
talk about the question that swings the match.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
yes.
That match.
This question doesn't decide the match, but it is the tone setter for the rest
It's
of
the
the match.
turning point of the match.
Yeah, it's the momentum. It's a momentum flip.
Yeah.
So it's something. Yeah, something us in the NFL talk about, not the CFL, but the NFL. We talk about
NFL's
momentum.
Ah, we've got bigger balls.
Yeah, money.
One less down.
Best CFL commercial ever.
You have one less down.
Bigger than Nicki Minaj's cousins?
Ooh.
That's topical.
Yeah, we played
I
three
didn't think
down.
you were gonna say cousins. I know what you.
All right.
When
So,
somebody says bigger than
what
Nicki
was the-
Minaj's ...
What
I'm not gonna assume you're gonna
the
say
Ninja
cousins.
Turtles' first word on screen? This is why we'll never win a Schmoedown award because of this fucking shit, guys.
Pizza.
I mean,
That's the way it was.
I'm
worded.
not sure we can be called a Schmoedown podcast at this point.
No, Harloff wants them not to swear. We fucking swear all the time.
But no, that's not quite the way the question was worded, though.
Yes, and it was badly worded, and that's
Yeah.
why Sam immediately talked to Ethan, and Ethan said, "No, I got it wrong. It's not my fault. It's not the wording's fault."
I'm glad that this question wasn't what decided the match.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was the momentum switch.
Yeah.
So I just put words into Ethan's mouth, but I want to ask you guys a question. So he said, "Radical," right? What he said, radical.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the other thing we see the babies go radical.
That's the other part of the scene, yeah.
Radical. Yeah. I have to do all the radicals to do it justice, but I believe
Lady
this
Justice.
yeah.
Ooh.
I can put the tie over my face again. I went to a funeral. That's why I'm wearing a tie. Okay. So no.
This
Dude, I
is
have
the
amazing
worst
comedy
show I've
chops,
ever
Dave.
done.
This is
No,
amazing.
it's not. You know it.
We're fucking amazing. Do you want me to put the
remember
camera on my
Hunger Games
chest?
show?
Ow.
Well, whatever that means. Okay, no. So let's play a Whose Line Is It Anyway game. Let's turn all the audio down and we couldn't hear him anyways, but let's zoom in to Sam and Ethan right when he gets it wrong. Sam's already in his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's answering and then she answers. He's asking, this is my opinion. I don't know. But he's going, was it badly worded? Are you saying what you thought the answer was, but they're really asking for the other thing? So he's going, did you ask or did you answer the first word the turtle speak or the first word baby turtle speak? And did you get one of those right? And is it the other one? And Ethan's going, no, I got it wrong.
And
that's what
he did 0 to the baby turtles, but he didn't get the first thing the baby turtle said. If he had zeroed on the other and got the first one, like if he had thought like, okay, like the second scene, like the actual Ninja Turtles, what are the first words they say? And he had got that right. I think that's a challenge.
I think,
and I agree so much with what I agree so much with what Ben is saying right now. That is what makes a great manager, because the moment your competitor gets something wrong, Sam is there being like, is there any way that we can overturn this? Because I'm going to get every point necessary to win. And some people look at that and say that you're playing dirty pool. That's not in the spirit of the game. And as a big sports guy, I just never talk about it because, you know, I got better things to do with my life. I love seeing when a coach will challenge something or they will get into it with a ref saying, or for hockey, like they'll get into it and say, what are you talking about? That wasn't icing. He was over the blue line replay. And when you get someone who is willing to go to bat like that for their players, that's what I want in a manager. Now, Ethan is, you know, as I'll say it, of all the Schmoedown competitors, and this may be like a hot take, he's the person I would most like to just sit down and get a beer with and just like talk to for an hour. I can
name 5 people and they all
like,
start
I just
with
think
John
like
and end with
that
Kaiser.
is like that is the most. Here's the thing. We live different lives, Taco, because like that seems like the most chill, and like I'm gonna come out of that like a more refined and intelligent person.
That's what you want in having a drink with someone is to be more meditated and a better. You want to transcend. I want to talk to Kaiser about every single Pearl Jam album in a row each time we go out.
Yes, but the thing is, you can have one drink with Ethan Irwin. I don't think anyone can have one drink with John Kaiser.
I would be buying him a shot of beer to begin with.
That is the point I'm trying to make is he may be too pure for this game, where he's saying, I don't want to win like that. And every time I hear I don't want to win like that, or I don't want it to be about that, I'm like, play the game. Yeah. I love what you're doing. But that's why you have a manager. Let him be the bad guy.
My wife would agree with you if I let her out of, you know, her cage. But no, I'm kidding. So she literally said when Irwin was like later on in the match, whatever, when things start to flip, he's the first person to applaud her every time she gets something right.
Sure. Yeah.
Because Ethan's an amazing effing dude. I'm starting to Harlov. Notice I'm trying to censor myself now, Christian. But anyways, she even said,
he doesn't watch this show.
I know he fucking doesn't.
He only watches the shows to lose on.
Pretty much.
Well,
which is
I
was gonna say fuck them both. No, I'm kidding. So I'm pissing off players this week. I don't even mean to. Okay, what I'm trying to say is my wife said she compared him to somebody. I'm sure you guys are gonna laugh, but she's like, "This is what a champion is." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Who? Marisol?" And she goes, "No, Ethan. This is a champion." I'm like, "Yeah? Yes, he is. He's got the belt." She's like, "No, he's applauding her. He's the first guy to congratulate." Who is that dude with all the crappy dancing? I'm like, Chandru? And she's like, yeah, that guy sucks. Like, he's a sore loser. Chandru, when he loses, he cries, he leaves. She's like, no, this is what a winner should be like. And I'm like, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Like, no, and she's completely right. It's great. It's refreshing to see that.
It would. I feel the same way, and my wife felt the same way watching it, where she was like, it was in round 4, or round 3, sorry, which we are about to get to, where he gets it wrong and right, and she's like, and Ethan's like, yeah, you know what? Good for you. I didn't know it. You did. Woo! And it's like, yeah, and that's how you play the game.
I will defend. I will defend storming off a little bit, because
if it fits her character, I'm completely down.
Yeah, and I will posit it with Chandru sucks.
Yeah, but he's amazing at sucking. I love Chandru. My wife doesn't. I think Chandru's the best heel in the game, and I don't want him to change.
Obviously.
Exactly the way you are,
Chandru. But the point being, like, I do think, like, Mike Kalinowski can be both of those champions, and so I wanted to defend the asshole a little bit.
Kalinowski will also
can
leave.
Still be a champion.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
So round 3, the betting round.
Sorry, I'm typing into our private.
We get directors.
Somebody.
Right. That's okay. We get directors. David Lynch.
Was
it
David Lynch?
Man, I was actually surprised that Ethan didn't.
Yes. I believe me and Soda completely agree with this. We were talking to each other when it happened. Are you guys just not moving, or is it lagging? Okay.
We're good. We're good.
No, you guys are just not animated at all.
No, sorry. It's just I had some other stuff I'm just dealing with my text. That's all.
I was reading Ben's comments in the chat.
No, it was my comment. Oh, I put it private. What I'm saying is, if we keep this going for 2 more hours, we'll beat my first Star Wars show, which is 250. Because I feel like we are, because we're just making it to 3. Yeah, no, that Elephant Man pull.
Mm-hmm.
Can we did anyone else stand up and scream when that happened?
Yeah.
I lost my mind.
I was busy. Like, I was sitting, and there were a bunch of things in my lap, so I couldn't, like, jump up. But I mean, I fucking called it earlier today. It
all started with the pizza poll. When she goes, like, pizza, I was like, okay, she's now in the lead. Like, this
is the moment. This is the moment, like, everything changed, because this is the one I wanted to talk about too, because those first 2 questions, and I'm like, oh, and then she steadies herself, and she gets through round 1, couple of points behind. Ethan gets perfect. That kind of sucks. But then flawless round 2, taking the question back, getting into the lead, and then just that question there, I was just like, this just has to be the swing that I predicted, or anything can still happen. Well, and then it was just so fun to watch.
If Dan can take a break from smelling his own fart, it was actually an amazing moment of this swing, because not only was it a shift of the lead significantly, but, like, that means she's almost going to win. Like, unless she blows it, that's a huge 19-12 is monstrous lead.
Yeah.
It's a monstrous
for sure.
Like, when Taco
it's a 6-point swing.
Did anyone else stand up? We just got a new kitten on Tuesday, and he was sitting on my lap, and we were watching the show, and I stood up so quick that he jumped across the room.
It's okay. Kittens are made of elastic and fur. They can't be hurt.
No, it was fine. But but it was when Ethan put something different, and I was like, oh shit, I am an idiot. I thought it was Elephant Man. And then Marisol flips Elephant Man, and I stand up so fast that I'm like, oh, exactly what Dan just said. After she gets pizza, goes up 1, I'm like, okay, it's probably going to come down to speed round now.
I said
but then when it's a 6-point swing, and now it's a 7-point lead, you're like, oh, and I'm thinking, this is what I've been saying all season, and today's the day I decide to be a fancy fencerton.
I could barely read the questions for the rest of the match because I was watching on my phone and my hands were just shaking. I was like, come on.
And when she reacted the way she did after that pull, it's like, okay, now it's a whole new ball game and she's got it.
I was so freaking happy. Yeah. And also, if you guys are in the live chat, I think, Soda, were you in the live chat of the actual match?
No, I didn't. No.
It exploded. It blew the fuck up. It literally was what just happened? It just, oh my God. And I don't know if I stood up because I'm kind of I'm kind of fat. I'm a fat, lazy guy. But I think I did a lot of my knees moved.
I can't wait for the fucking crowd in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. No kidding.
That they are going to go insane.
It's corruption versus corruption, and I don't want to say right now who I have, but whatever.
Which is why, yes, we are tied for first place.
What do you keep saying? We? What do you keep saying? We?
Because corruption is the best faction.
The game.
Obviously, again, bottom half of the panel, right side of history. Look, Daniel's got sunglasses. My room is red.
I'll burn this whole fandom to the fucking ground, Dave. I don't give a shit.
I'm the only one with a title belt.
Give it a minute.
I've got title belts.
I've got a belt
around here within arm's reach.
I ordered a belt that hasn't came in the mail yet.
Anyway, but no, for me, the moment I knew that Marisol had the match was after she went up there. She turns around and gives the biggest hug to Shannon.
I want Shannon to manage.
Wow, that would be so cool, though.
I want Shannon to manage Chance, but yeah, just because I don't want to lose Shannon ever.
Here's the thing: the unfortunate thing is based on how this season is going,
there's no conflict.
And how next
call the match.
Definitely.
Based on how there is a conflict. She would be a judge in a challenge, but
who's she going to side against? Corruption or corruption?
Well, I feel like regardless. But an interesting thing is coming up next year, though.
We just won that argument, Dan.
Yeah, you did. You notice how I'm moving along? The interesting thing there is with next year, there hasn't been official confirmation, but it's you're going to get 3 players and it's one IG, one, and then a team that makes up your singles players.
Yeah.
And it's
5.
So does so does Chance not get the nod if Marisol retains? And it's so obviously you keep Mike if he's the IG title holder. You keep Marisol,
and then corruption. It's in between. You keep corruption for Chance and Mike, and then it's in between Collins and Marisol. Or are you saying you keep deception? The name of the fucking faction's corruption, Dave.
I know. That's the problem. Branding is the problem. But I'm
gonna change their name to Deception. What is this? A Mortal Kombat sequel?
I think it becomes an issue where I'm do I take Chance or Collins? Because obviously, as I've said all season, Marisol, best player in corruption. Definitely need to keep her.
Yeah, he's gonna hammer that home, isn't he?
Except for today. But okay.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Did you just wipe egg from your face, Dave?
On air, I've always said that. I said it
one time can we get to round 4?
Round 4.
Round 4. All right, I made dashes.
Not, Soda.
I made dashes. Are there only 5 questions? Because I made 5 dashes. No? All right, I didn't make enough dashes then. I got
there are 5 questions.
All right, there's 5 questions. All right, Ethan got 3 dashes and Marisol got 2. I'm sorry to not make this as ceremonious. It's like kind of just like the dashes. But it was 21-15 going into round 5, which is all right. 6 points.
Yeah,
is
needed to get that 6
swing. That's the swing. Yeah. Is under 5? Fuck all. 1's the same as 4. If one question can minus the gap, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't. If one question can minus the gap, then whatever. Fucking 4 questions or 4 points is the same as 2 points. It doesn't matter. 6 is different.
Well,
6 is very different.
Yeah. No, it is. And this was the round that I thought would have more of an impact. But you know what? I'm going to eat my lunch again because Daniel's right. Chance Ellison, him and probably Bateman are the best people on the buzzers. And she is learning at the feet of Chance Ellison. So she has had time to practice because she killed it at the buzzers, which I thought was going to be an issue for her. And it wasn't, but
let me just bring up that Ethan answered a question before they even got the halfway through.
Not even. It was like
they got 19
of the back.
Yeah, like one actor, and he's
so
like,
this actor, this one. Move on. Ethan Irwin.
It's like, no, we will not move on. Explain yourself, sir.
The movie release dates question for, I think it was 2015 for Independence Day Resurgence. They saved Harloff from having to continue to say that because he was like, Independence Day Insurgent Reservoir. And it's like, there were 5 other words in there that I'm like, this would have been a struggle to get through.
In some shit movie.
And see, the reason I think and thought that she was going to be fine was, again, like, Chance is so good at like the quick recall of knowledge, and also just corruption is such a good buzzer round team, and I wasn't so worried about that. I was worried because if we're talking Chance Ellison and Ben Bateman being even a tie for number 1, number 2, or at the very worst, number 3 is Ethan Irwin. He has always been a good buzzer round player.
I didn't know he was this good. I didn't know.
He's always really been rather
He's always been good.
I forgot. What isn't Brendan or freaking Beast really good too? Isn't that something I remember?
No,
never mind.
They're both seriously bad.
Yeah, Chance ran that. Yeah, you're right.
Irwin specifically kind of explained it, and it's the way that information that he knows is in there somewhere, and he can only answer things that he knows, and he was referring to the inner geekdom things. But the only way a player like Ethan plays inner geekdom that way is just by knowing everything, and we know that to be true about him.
Yeah, and I'm glad he got his win in inner geekdom.
Yeah. Basically, Marisol needed to hit 2 of those and play it safe, never buzz into a question that she didn't know, and she basically won the game because she has never missed her 2 or 3-pointer.
Thank you. That's what I've been trying to say.
6-point lead going into the last round. Yeah, I've been waiting.
Dan's
to say
been
this
talking, and I'm like, I'm going to say
two.
one thing. I'm going to say one thing, and that is just don't get a negative, Marisol. That's it. Don't give a 2-point swing. That's all you need. And Dan said it first and more elegantly. So, you know what?
It was really impressive that she was able to keep her composure. Because, again, this was something that I thought might be an issue for her. Because way back in, the early, season 3-4 days, I forget who said it in the early Facebook groups, was you don't get to the Super Bowl and then they say, hey, you're now playing on ice skates.
Yeah, no shit. And that's what I love about this game. it gives a favor to the defending champ. I played this fucking game. Welcome. Yeah,
but Marisol was just right there, and that's what really impressed me about her in this round. And I think also we talk about the pizza. We talk about pizza.
And I love how she said
pizza. We talk about pizza being the turning point. But like it really was, because you can see a different side of Marisol even when she's answering this, where it's like if like Ethan had missed and she had missed, I don't know that she has this kind of confidence, but she is killing it, and she is just every question is just like such a matter of fact, and it's why I've always said Marisol, best singles player in Corruption.
We're double digits now.
Okay, fine. I could concede that point to you, Dave. You have said best singles player in Corruption, and now I can agree.
It's always been Marisol.
It's not always been Marisol. Marisol had the same
still...
chance of going to Giant Run last year than fucking
exactly. He did. I will still
not
always
true.
love
She played Paulo Yama.
Okay, let's play that and Oyama
game.
And played Roka. Played fucking Roka. And then he played Vaughn, and then he played fucking Brendan Harris. Fuck that. He had an insane run.
No, it's not the run. It's Roka. Roka plays maybe one of the worst singles game he's ever played. And Oyama plays maybe the best game he's ever played against Marisol.
Fuck that.
So yeah, she goes out.
It doesn't matter what you
So yeah, she goes out round 2 in the
fucking no. I will not let anyone diminish Colin's fucking run. I won't. He's a rookie who played some random to do a play.
I'm not
and then he played 3 lunches in a row.
Run.
That's what you're fucking doing. You're fucking diminishing that run. That run. You're diminishing that fucking run. It's a great run.
I think if we
fuck
switch
everything.
Marisol and Colin's placements, they have opposite directories. No, round 5.
No, fuck that. I was about to say something, and now he's gonna lose his mind even more. I've been waiting to say one fucking
Marisol
thing.
is a better 3-round player, and that's about all that counts in the Schmoedown.
All right, floor's yours, Taco.
No. I didn't come here. Let's talk about Schmoedown.
Chance Ellison is the best Corruption player all around.
He's not the best singles player, though.
You know, he's never got about without Mike Kalinowski, so that's all I'll say.
He will by the end of the year. So I have chance over
Marisol will keep winning.
Can I say something? No, it's gonna piss you off. And I thought of it as an olive branch earlier, but I realized you're so gung ho and insane that you're gonna get mad now. All right, let's. Me and Soda tomorrow are gonna talk about tiers.
Notice how there are 3 players so great that we can't even decide which one is the best one on this faction.
And none of them are
it didn't implode like last year's Finstock Exchange.
All right, okay. Soda, we're gonna do tier list tomorrow of bounty hunters. So on top of a tier list, you go S as an elite, and then A, B, C. This match, and it's gonna piss Dave off, but I don't give a shit. Without a belt, it's hard to put somebody in S. It wasn't the belt. It was round 2 and 3 and 4 that put Marisol from A for me to S. And there's not a lot of S players.
No,
I think she's absolutely an S tier player. Taco, and if you would ask me yesterday, I'd say she's top tier A.
No, this isn't Taco. This is an olive branch for sure. I don't know why you think I'd be mad. I agree.
Because you apparently thought she was S tier the second you saw her fucking blindfold. Fucking Christ.
No, I think Marisol's always been a fantastic player. And I think she is like the best decision that's ever been. Shannon won Manager of the Year in the free agency by
he traded for her?
Yeah, trading 2 first-round picks. Like, Kate got Alonzo and Riley.
I've always thought that was a bad trade. I really did.
But regardless,
never backed Kate.
regardless, round 5.
Yeah.
Also,
had to answer
shout
all
out to
three
Kate
of the
Mulligan
questions.
for being coming on Mount Schmoedown last week.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
episode. Go check that out.
My
Plug
wife
for another
loves
member
Kate.
of Corruption going to be on our show tomorrow. Oh wait, she is a member of Swag, right? Oh, okay. So Mount Schmoedown's going to be covering Swag tomorrow, and we're going to have Laura Kelly on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. All right, Evil Knievel, thanks for jumping that gap there. That was amazing. I hope you didn't hurt your back.
Round 5.
all right. Yeah, no, I got it. All right. 2 point in the category of Tom Hanks. Something, Polar Express.
Yeah,
I just got the category and answer.
What was the
and
name? What was the movie that What was the movie that Tom Hanks voiced 4 characters in 2004? I think it was Polar Express.
Sure.
The only one that I know of that is animated where he played multiple characters.
I didn't know anybody considered that movie good. I didn't know that. No, it's really hard to watch. I think the animation's kind of
messed
rough.
up is it that he also did all the mocap for every character.
Zemeckis has a habit of doing that. Like I know with Christmas Carol, they did the same thing with Jim Carrey.
Oh,
But, like-
wait! Can we rewind? Can you say Robert Zemeckis has a habit of doing that, and then let me interrupt you?
Robert Zemeckis has a habit of doing that.
Relying on Tom Hanks. All right, sorry. It's a Forrest Gump joke. Whatever. He relies on Tom Hanks a lot. Oh yeah, Castaway is Tom Hanks peeing on an island for 2 hours. Don't look at me like I'm fucking weird for thinking he relies on Tom Hanks. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, these fucking
Castaway
people.
now, like, what do we do? Why did we
I'm
bring
talking
this
shit
guy
about
on?
Zemeckis and Tom Hanks. I don't know. Lou told me to. I
Hey
don't want to
Dave,
be on.
as millennials, should we start referring to Tom Hanks as America's grandfather?
Fuck
He's
you.
his-
He's
I
America's
have
father.
always
He's America's
Oh,
uncle.
Well, you know, Daniel,
He's
I
always
get
been
it.
America's uncle.
You could be
know,
great
Daniel,
uncle then.
Daniel, as someone like you who is young and has their whole life ahead of them, unlike these two, I
You
get
just
it.
got married, dude. You fucking sold that shit. You sold that life. Like, you're older than Soda now.
You're twice my age.
I'm not twice
Right?
your
Like,
age, you
you got
fucking
married-
ass face. You're not 16
years old.
You're not 16.
I think I'm the oldest one here.
I'm 32.
I'm
So
34.
Marisol does it. So Marisol
No,
answers her 2
fuck
and
you.
her
You
5.
brought this up. No, I'm kidding. All right, no.
There's-
So with a 6-point lead, Dave, do some math for me. With a 6-point lead, how much does Ethan have to answer before it flips?
Yeah,
Well, he has to. Well, his 2 really doesn't matter. He has to at least get his 3 and his 5 right. He has to either get
No,
his 2 and his 5
give us
or
his
his
3.
3 and his 5.
Give us
Yeah.
Like he needed
But
6
again-
points.
He needs
Yeah,
6
the
points,
best-
so he at
the
least
best
needs to
part-
get his 5, and
Sure.
that's what makes this good.
He needs 7 points. He needs 6 to tie, 7 to pass.
And
Yes,
no matter
definitely.
what, Marisol doesn't need her 5 if
Yeah.
she can hit her 2 and her 3,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
she has never not done.
Yes, and well, thank you. Are you Double D now? Thanks for the numbers, Double D. No, but that's the difference between 4 points and 6 points. Is a motherfucker have to hit his 5.
Mhm.
That's a dangerous round 5. Normally round 3, but that's what makes 6 so dangerous. Is screw 2 and 3. Got to hit the hard one.
Mhm.
They're not equal, dude.
Yeah.
Like, 5s are hard. But look who we are. Look who has the belt. Look who we're playing against. We're playing against one of the best in the game ever.
mean,
and that's
Our
Ethan fucking
5's
Irwin.
hard. Ethan's 5 porter looked like a speed round question to him.
But-
That's
but
how
here's the thing
quickly
you gotta
he
remember.
answered.
Buddy Joe Young. Oh.
It
What's
was
hard
like-
for us isn't hard for somebody else, or vice
I know.
versa.
I knew,
Oh,
I knew it.
I didn't
knew
know it.
I
I
knew
didn't
it.
know-
Again,
No,
I
wait,
didn't either, but the
I said-
point was like
I
Ethan
said
was
Homeward
like,
Bound. I thought it was
What?
Homeward Bound.
What? I guess it's a remake, but not of a 30s film or whatever the freaking clue was.
Oh, the Mighty Joe Young one. Yeah, I didn't get that one.
It's super old.
Yeah,
It said the
I've seen
decade, and
both.
Incredible Journey is like 70s or 60s.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I've
not
seen
bad old.
both Mighty Joe Youngs. I just didn't realize that was the name of the director.
Mighty
That's
Joe
the one
Young's... The original
That's the
Mighty
one
Joe
with the
Young's
monkey,
like...
right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a King Kong type of thing.
Yeah, the original Mighty Joe Young's like back in the it's like a kid hugging like a freaking stop motion gorilla. Like it's
a knockoff,
way back.
It's a knockoff of King Kong.
And
it's a happy.
Taco, you took notes. I apologize. This match was almost 7 years ago by this point. It was Joe Johnston directed, right?
Yeah.
Sure, I didn't take that.
So immediately I'm like, oh, it's the Rocketeer. And then I'm like,
I don't write the questions. What do I look like? A freaking Xerox machine?
Well, I think Joe Johnson is a pretty notable person to write down.
I write topic, or I write category and answer, and I was too busy doing other things, so I didn't write category for this.
It was Ron Underwood.
There you go.
So it was pretty impressive of Ethan to go perfect in round 3 and force Marisol to get her 2 and her 3.
I love Shannon's reaction to the 3 being red. Mm-hmm. She just throws her arms up in the air. She knew.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, with the repeat breaking down, it's the Oz movies. Like it's a number of things that are on most players, if not every player's study sheet.
We're not there yet. Okay. Jeez.
Dan,
after he
when
gets
did you become Dan?
We're both young and sexy.
We established not 10 minutes ago that you are not young.
Yeah.
We, the bottom here, is the young ones.
All right, so Soda, let's finish the rest of this match. I love that I can do that now. Thank you for letting me have my own Star Wars show.
I am.
Why'd you give me any powers, Soda?
I am.
I don't know. I'm regretting it.
I am changing the login. I was never
Dave,
this bad.
you invented this, okay?
I did, but I did it once per show.
You don't.
Welcome to Let's Talk About Star Wars. Question 2-pointer for Marisol was in musicals. It was something about Dreamgirls and Oscars.
Yeah,
and
which
stuff.
pop star played this character in Dreamgirls? It was obviously Beyonce.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, wow. I said jokingly, I was like, it's probably Beyonce because I've never seen the movie, but I just heard pop star.
And didn't Eddie Murphy get an Oscar nom for that? Didn't Eddie Murphy?
Jennifer Hudson won for that, and a lot of people say Eddie Murphy should have gotten nominated for it, but because Norbit came out the same year, it screwed his chances.
Is it worth a watch, Soda?
Let that be.
I personally haven't seen it, to be honest, but everybody I know who's seen it has not said a bad thing about it.
Let that be a message to every aspiring young actor. Don't do Norbit. Just don't make a Norbit.
Or just make one movie a year, just in case they're nodded for awards. You don't have another one to ruin it.
Just don't make.
This has happened to other actors too. I don't have the examples in my head right now. Again,
did Halle Berry win a Best Actress in a Razzie in the same year?
She won for Monsters Ball and Catwoman in the same year, and it was that is the only. First of all, Monsters Ball, great movie. I'll fight you IRL. I'll drive to Quebec and kick your ass.
Why don't you come to Fargo and let us have a drink? Why don't you drive to North Dakota?
Amongst the millennials, shocking.
But no,
we're all millennials here.
That's the one Razzies I've ever watched because I remember Halle Berry.
She showed up.
No, it's not only that.
The actual winner showed up, right?
When she grabbed her, it's one of the 4 times an actor has showed up, but it was great because she had her Razzie in one hand, and then she pulled out from the podium. She pulled out her Oscar that she had got the night before, and she said, "There you go."
And she goes, I want to thank my agent for convincing me to do this fucking bullshit or something like that. Like
she did. She said, I
want to thank my agent.
She thanked Warner Brothers for making this piece of shit movie. Is what she said.
Look at Halle Berry's a baller. And then she did one of the worst James Bonds of all time right after.
If you guys had on your bingo card, the one person who's watched this episode, Ben, who
there's been
you had on your if the other one's me, if you had on your bingo card talking about Halle Berry's Catwoman. Man, the fortune teller you are.
It's not even a question. We got there from Beyonce somehow. All right. Eddie Murphy was really great a couple years ago with that movie he did, Dolomite Is My Name. That movie was amazing.
So good.
All right. And then, last year. Did I say a couple years ago? Whatever. Years have been really rough. There was COVID. There was a pandemic. It's been a whole thing.
Taco's really 43.
I'm 32. I'm not that old.
I know.
And also, guess what? Can we talk about?
76.
I actually lost 10 pounds, but I didn't change my diet. It was just stress.
We're not
got
talking
COVID.
about you. We're talking about Marisol becoming the
I've been
first
so
woman
depressed,
and first
and
African American to win the belt.
I look great because I'm depressed right now, and no one's saying anything. I'm gonna lose 5 more pounds.
One, you're wearing
See?
black. 2, I haven't seen you in a week.
Good point. All right, a lot of it was probably my
You
beard.
said so depressed, but I heard soda pressed, and I was like, that sounds kind of sexual.
Yeah, it's like when you take a soda and you put it in a French press. How's it going, Dave? You still alive?
3-pointer.
Yeah, it was in Fantasy Sci-Fi, and it was which was the other one?
Yeah,
Michelle
which
Williams.
was
It was-
that witch?
Which Oscar-nominated actress played Glinda the Good Witch in?
Yeah, and it wasn't the Wicked Witch or the other bad witch who gets crushed by the house, but Glinda, which I didn't know in that one.
It's
Yeah,
the
Michelle
good
Williams.
witch from the sequel. So you run your
This
name.
prequel. It's the other
Well,
type
yes.
of quill.
Yeah.
This was one of those Mandela effects for me where me and my friends, weirdly, Oz the Great and Powerful comes up a lot in our friend group for no reason.
It doesn't come up a lot in Sam Raimi's friend group.
It comes up a lot in our friend group. And for whatever reason, we've
Get erect
all
with that
just,
soda.
even though we know it's wrong, in everyone's heads, Amy Adams plays Glinda, and we're all like, that's wrong. But I say out loud, Amy Adams, easy. And then as soon as I say it, Soda texts me Michelle Williams, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, no, it's not Amy Adams.
No, I think you're thinking Amy Adams because of Enchanted.
Yeah. Also,
First of
because
all,
at that time,
Enchanted's great.
Amy
I will
Adams
not
could've
let.
been anything.
Are we talking shit about Enchanted?
No. I'm
Enchanted's
saying I
great.
think that's probably why you're thinking Amy Adams was in Wizard of Oz is because she looked like that in Enchanted.
it was Oz Great and Powerful. It wasn't Wizard of Oz. Amy Adams wasn't in Wizard of Oz. It was
She
way
wasn't
before
in
she was
either-
born.
No, she wasn't in either movie. She comes up for no reason in my
Right.
friend.
Zach Braff is in that. No one's talking about it. All right. That's all.
It's just,
But
yeah, but
When-
I do see what you mean. She should have been one of the witches.
Thank you.
But
I think she
And
would have been
Amy
a
Adams could
great
have played any of
Glinda.
them.
Yeah, all of them.
but when Marisol asks for the repeat, is she pulling a Chance Ellison here? Do you think she knew it, or does she think this is my chance to win? I can't fuck it up on my 3.
she's making a victory lap, like she definitely is.
I don't-
because
I
she
don't
just
think
beat freaking Ethan Irwin.
I don't think that's
I
what
think
it is.
she's no. I do think she is just making sure she has.
You don't
all
want
of
to
the
you don't want to
witches.
say anything negative about your freaking corruption champion, but I do think she's
no.
making a victory lap.
I'm with these two.
I don't
I don't
think
think
so.
she was making a show of it.
All right, never mind. I'm wrong. I'm the worst fucking.
I
ever.
really
Jeez.
think because
threw my
Taco,
notebook.
like Taco, here's what you got to think about. Like you have never won the belt before. This is your one chance, and
You're right.
5 pointers, and 5 pointers could be. It could literally be anything in the world, and you're like, I know this, and this is my chance to win against one of the best to ever play the game. I think you take the extra 15 seconds just to be like, yeah, Dave's
And
an
it wasn't
idiot. It's
15
not Amy
seconds.
Adams. Oh no, she took like 3 seconds
Yeah.
from her repeat.
Okay,
Like,
two
let's
things.
just make sure it's Oz,
Yeah,
great and powerful. Let's just
I got-
make sure
got
it's Glinda,
Great and
and
Powerful
then
Oz,
you just
yeah.
give the answer.
I got 2 things I have to say. No one here has won the singles belt. I don't know why you singled me out that I haven't won the singles belt. None of us
we were
have.
all we were
Okay.
well,
As a blanket view.
What? You don't
Okay.
remember Dave winning the singles belt last
But he's like,
Um,
first
I
off,
played-
Taco, You haven't won
I
the
won-
singles belt.
I
Fucking
won.
do it.
I was trying to put you in our headspace. Also, I did win in a fan league. I won an Inner Geekdom belt. So
Cool, because I wasn't playing. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a singles player. Everybody knows that. And also, there was something else I was gonna say. That was a 3-pointer.
yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because,
I'm about to destroy Ethan Irwin without answering my 5. Let's make sure it's not Great and Powerful Oz or like Sam Raimi and James Franco
Because,
fuck around. I don't know, whatever.
Your 5
Yeah,
pointer
or
could be
you
about-
you thought you heard Great and Powerful, and then you're just like, okay, you start thinking, or you heard Oz, and you just went Wizard of Oz, and now you're thinking of, all the witches in the Wizard of Oz. That's what I was saying before. Like, everybody knows all of the witches in both of those movies. If you're a proper trivia competitor in the Schmoedown.
Okay.
In the movie.
Okay.
And then
you know the
you're
witches
just like,
in the original? You know both the witches in
absolutely
the
not.
original?
But to be fair, I've seen it once.
So you're not
I
a
was
proper?
about 6.
All right. We
Daniel
went
out here
pretty
straight
far.
flexing.
I need the pee soon. I feel like we've done pretty good. I threw my notebook. I think we made it to the end. Dave, who won?
So Marisol McKee becomes the first female to hoist the singles title and the first African American to hoist any belt
title,
of any kind.
Yeah.
Which is like just amazing for everything that's going on, and an amazing showing for the Schmoedown and for Marisol to just break every glass ceiling there is right now.
And glass ceilings aside, I love the glass ceiling as much as the next millennial, but also Marisol McKee, regardless of the glass ceilings, you fucking beat Ethan Irwin for the fucking belt.
Oh my
it's
God,
fucking
yeah.
amazing. It's fucking amazing. I don't care what glass
Rachel.
ceiling you have to go through. Fucking congratulations. That
The
was
way I
awesome.
look at it, Clark and Rachel had to stumble in their title matches for Marisol to take her rightful place in Schmoedown
What,
history.
did they both lose in sudden death or just Clark?
Just Clark, I think.
Clark
Okay.
lost in sudden
I know
death.
they both did really
Rachel,
good.
Yeah.
I think Rachel played better than the score dictates, but like Sam won
Mhm.
pretty handedly.
Was it
in the
both
Rachel
against
match.
Sam too?
Yeah, it was
I
both
hate-
against Sam.
Yeah,
think
they
it
were
was
both
like-
against Sam.
It was,
I hate
yeah.
Sam. I hate that Sam took that away from us. Sam sucks.
But no, I like Marisol. Like Marisol's so good. Like it doesn't
She's so
matter.
good.
And it
She's
immediately
that
when she wins the belt, I think back to, I think it was the match that the Shirewolves won dressed as Thor and Hela.
The We're the League.
Yeah, where Clark Wolf has that amazing speech about this is why fuck you Reddit, there shouldn't be a women's division
Yeah.
and stuff. Like
There shouldn't be a
taking
women's
the
league. We are the league.
Yeah. We
And
are
it
the
wasn't
league.
even
Like,
planned. She just said it, and yeah, that was amazing.
like it was so good, and it brought like it just reminds, like, we are all not unfortunately, but like, look at who's on the screen right now. We're 4 straight white guys.
A bunch of Canadians, and don't call me straight.
See,
right?
I was gonna mention that before. Like, this is the first.
I'm the only non-Canadian, which makes me the minority on this screen.
Sounds
If I run it through in my head real quick, just to be sure, I believe this is the first Schmoedown Championship match that did not involve a white guy.
No. Paul
No.
Oyama, Ethan Irwin, John Roca.
Singles. Yeah,
Oyama
there's
played
been plenty-
Irwin for
No, what he
like
means
at
is
There's
least
been
once.
plenty,
Like,
plenty of people of color. There's been plenty of people of color.
yes,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like
Not
this is the
plenty, but
first
there have
championship match
Well,
that
guys,
didn't
guys,
have.
I'm gonna say this right now. Let's all get away from this. This is the wrong group to talk about what is diverse and what is not diverse.
Yeah, when the North Dakotan is the minority, there's a problem.
I'm just gonna stop this right now.
When the white American's the minority, there's an issue.
Fuck, but but okay. So Taco needs to go to bed. So Daniel,
I do.
So Marisol McKee wins the chance to defend against Chance Ellison in New York. Obviously, you
Don't
are
ask me.
not only are you the corruption shill, but you are Chance Ellison #1 fan.
First of all, I'm so mad at you, Dave, because you stole what I was going to say earlier by mentioning what Clark was saying. But on top of that, you ruined the greatest chance to make a pun there by saying she wins the Ellison to face Chance for the.
He said
But
Chance to place Chance. He made the pun.
No,
Yes,
Daniel
but
did it better.
It didn't work.
Fuck. No, he did it so good. Fuck. Oh. You know what?
Can I have the Ellison to speak really quick?
Anyway,
No.
I will say, like, while I will cheer for both of them, I wish both of them could win this match. I am going to be cheering for Chance Ellison because he's always been my favorite player since I started watching the Anarchy tournament, and that is going to be hard to change.
You
But
didn't start until the Anarchy tournament?
Yeah, he started pretty late.
I
am
actually
old.
may have started. I may have started post Anarchy, but I'm not sure. It might have been right after Anarchy happened, but I didn't catch up until about season 6. But like when I started when Dan went back, basically.
Okay.
And so when he advertised it on Screen Junkies, I went back to his first matches in season 3, watched some of those, then went back, did 1, 2, finished 3, 4, 5, caught up.
I'm the only asshole who's been struggling since season 2.
ETC versus Profiles right here.
Spectacular win right here.
The team's tournament still in the Schmoes No Show. I'm old.
That was
Here's my
ETC.
prediction for who's going to win the New York main event. Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoever drafted any of them.
Yeah.
Whoever, somebody's getting 7 days.
I think Marisol over Chance, obviously, because, you know, if Dan is the #1 Chance fan on this show, I'm the #1 Marisol fan. That has been apparent since the day we started. I think she is. There was a confidence about her, even in, and then I would honestly recommend everyone going and checking out the rundown and hearing about her process, about how she takes in information and how she centers herself. It is so worthwhile to hear that because it is so much how Chance describes what he's doing when he's doing like that and stuff. And it's like thinking, it's like, I concur. And it's like, this is going to be maybe the most well-balanced match since Damelanta Damon. Like, I could see another 51-50 happening.
I would love a 51-50 just because how improbable it is in a live setting in a singles match.
Yeah.
Well, for practical reasons, I want to actually close us up. I want to sleep and urinate.
This is about how long the 51-50 match will go.
There you go. I will state, hard says Marisol because I became a Marisol fan pretty hardcore today. But I do think Chance, because Chance, if Marisol's dialed in, Chance is super dialed in right now. And I think Head says Chance, but not by a lot. I don't think it's going to, no one's getting TKO'd.
No.
It's going to be sudden death or down to a 5-pointer or something like that.
Just wait until the day. I'll have my prediction out.
Yeah, and then you're going to, I don't want to be in the chat.
Daniel. You're not going to say anything different.
If you get this right,
yeah, but
if you
I'll
get
be
the
like,
next one right,
you'll win by 1 point, and you won't even imagine what point it is.
If you guess it as accurately as you predicted this, then you're not allowed in chat anymore. If you're going to be like, hey guys, it's going to be this, I'm like, spoilers, banned. But I have to go do things. So do we? I feel like we nailed it. We spent an hour and 40 minutes on one match.
Yeah, and one
Soda, where can the good people find you online now that they have listened to you talk for an hour and a half?
He talked for 5 minutes.
You can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can also find me in every goddamn show on this channel. Pretty much. Tomorrow you can find me producing Let's Talk About Star Wars. I'll also
And
be on the
starring.
show.
Yes,
And
thank
starring because Evan is unavailable. We will be tier ranking bounty hunters.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Where does Dog fit in?
Oh,
Dog is a D tier because he made really racist comments. So, it was simple. What next? Okay. Deadpool is S tier if you're asking. And you'll find me tomorrow talking about bounty hunters on Let's Talk About Star Wars. My name's in it. My name is Star Wars. Also, thank you. At least Dan laughed.
That was so bad.
Thank you.
I loved it.
It was the Chance and Ellison joke he made earlier. But
I'm just glad I no longer have the worst pun of the night.
Dude, that's what I'm here for. All right. Also, I'm going to then take a half a week off because I am pulling an entire all-nighter on this stream. Thanks to me not having COVID today, I've been through a really rough day. Thanks to me not having COVID means that I can go in for overtime next week. I'll be pulling 4 day shifts, 12-hour day shifts in a row, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. until Thursday. And after that Thursday day shift, I'll be staying up all night on this fucking channel until I then work 4 night shifts, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Or other way around, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. in a row. So that Thursday night of the 23rd, I'll be staying up all night. I'll be streaming. I have things planned. Most of them are Star Wars related, but if we have guests and if we have things to talk about, we won't have to talk about what type of lightsaber form would fit the lightsaber from Thundar the Barbarian. Yes, that's something I have planned. Okay.
50's on screen with you, then you bring it up.
Every 30 minutes, I will be bringing up either a lightsaber or a knockoff of a lightsaber and talk about which best lightsaber form would fit it.
Did we ever decide on the name of that stream?
I think All Night Taco Stand.
Yeah, the All Night Taco Stand is what we're calling it. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
that's really good.
Yeah, and then I'll be taking a couple weeks off. So, but please be there Thursday the 23rd if you have insomnia like I do, purposely because I have to for my job. Please, let's bullshit all night, and I can't wait. Daniel or Dave?
The country.
Let's go.
World, sorry.
Dave, what do you have going on?
Ooh, what does Dave have going on? Dave forgot that he has to make a thumbnail for All Night Taco. Oh,
Stan.
man, I have so many assets, and I still have to figure out how those are all fitting on one thumbnail. Shit. I thought I
reminded you like twice. Like I've reminded you multiple times.
Yeah, I'm not good with days. I thought that was the week after next. I didn't realize it was this Thursday. Shit. Anyway, you can find me getting robbed on Let's Talk About Star Wars last week. Pretty great alien game.
You did not get robbed. We both got robbed. I did not get robbed. Conceded.
Yeah. Okay. No, we both. Yeah. No,
I feel very bad about that. Please don't call. Don't say you got robbed.
No, I did not get robbed. I'd like to be invited to write questions for. I'd like to be invited to ask write questions for the championship match. But regardless, you can find me right here. Producer, so. Yeah, you can find me right here on Schmoedown Night in Canada. Now that my wedding's over, these guys are like, you need to get back on the stream, so some of us can have a day off. It's like, all right, I get that. Also, though, I'm bringing back my Instagram at Baby James Lee's on Instagram. Go give me a follow. You'll like what you see. It's a fun time. And other than that, make sure you subscribe to Schmoes in the North. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Northern Schmoes. Come join our Facebook group. Schmoes the North. Why am I doing this? Nobody's listening.
I have no idea.
Just Ben.
But regardless.
All right,
Daniel.
So, let me finish this off.
I still need pee. All right.
Yeah, we've got Mount Schmoedown tomorrow. I'm gonna be on there with the guys. We're gonna be talking swag. We're gonna have special guest Laura Kelly. That sounds super fun. And